Welcome to AZPM News Daily, a wrap-up of all the day's news from Arizona Public Media. I'm Steve Jess. On this edition of our podcast, Arizona rejects federal election help.
Fontes has railed against President Trump's repeated baseless claims.
Wanted, one county treasurer.
We want the office of the treasurer to be fully functional as soon as possible.
And measles is back to stay.
It's going to happen off and on for a long, long time.
That's ahead for this Thursday, July 16th. Starting us off today, Secretary of State Adrian Fontes says Arizona doesn't need the Trump administration's help to ensure only citizens cast ballots in the state's upcoming elections. Ben Giles reports.
The Department of Justice last week sent a letter to Fontes threatening to prosecute election workers who knowingly leave non-citizens on voter rolls or facilitate non-citizens casting ballots. The letter said the DOJ is willing to assist Arizona in complying with federal voting laws. In response, Fontes rebuffed the offer, noting Arizona's 15 counties are more than capable of following the law on their own. Fontes has railed against President Trump's repeated baseless claims about election security and integrity. Trump is set to deliver a national address Thursday evening, promising really big news about elections. Ben Giles, Phoenix.
Former University of Arizona basketball player Kerr Kriisa entered a plea of not guilty to 5 counts of wire fraud at his arraignment today in West Virginia. The 25-year-old point guard played 3 seasons at the UA from 2020 to 2023. The allegations state that Kriisa devised a fraud scheme. The Department of Justice says he allegedly obtained nearly $2.2 million from multiple victims, posing as various individuals and falsely claiming that he and his family were in danger. Born in Estonia, Kriisa played his freshman through junior years at the U of A before transferring to West Virginia in 2023. The Pima County Board of Supervisors has pushed back a vote to appoint a new treasurer. Angela Gervasi has more.
The board voted unanimously to postpone the vote. Supervisor Matt Hines says the county had not completed background checks on all 9 applicants. The hope, Hines says, is to call a special meeting and appoint a new treasurer next week. Until then, the treasurer's office is limited in terms of how it can operate.
We want the office of the treasurer to be fully functional as soon as possible. It is a constitutional office of the county.
The position became vacant about a month ago after Brian Johnson stepped down from the role. County records obtained by the Tucson Sentinel and Arizona Daily Star revealed that several employees had accused Johnson of sexual misconduct. Angela Gervasi, AZPM News.
Lawyers in Arizona could be sanctioned for using generative AI to write their briefs if they cite cases that don't exist. The ruling came about after the Arizona Court of Appeals got involved in a case between 2 family members in probate court. The court determined that the respondent in the case, who also represented himself, made inaccurate and false claims in his legal brief. He later admitted that he used generative AI and did not use legal research tools or materials to verify case citations. The court said because attorneys and self-represented litigants are increasingly relying on artificial intelligence, it ruled that citing fake cases is sanctionable conduct. Those sanctions could include contempt, dismissal, monetary fines, or imposing attorney fees. The U.S. State Department has designated 2 more Mexican cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, including one believed to be responsible for the massacre of U.S. citizens in Sonora in 2019. Nina Kravinsky has more.
The foreign terrorist designations for the Juarez cartel and Los Viagras are the first for Mexico-based drug cartels since the Trump administration designated a slate of them in February 2025. The Juarez cartel is based in the border city of Ciudad Juarez, directly across from El Paso, Texas. Its violent La Línea faction is largely believed to be responsible for the 2019 killing of 9 U.S. citizens, including 6 children, from an independent Mormon settlement in the state of Sonora, south of Arizona. The Los Viagras cartel is based in the western Mexican state of Michoacán. Nina Kravinsky, Hermosillo.
Measles is spreading to new parts of Arizona. As Catherine Davis-Young reports, new confirmed cases in June were in different parts of the state than previous outbreaks.
The state's largest measles outbreak in Mojave County has now gone more than 2 months with no new infections, but the extremely contagious virus is still appearing in other parts of the state. Pinal and Maricopa counties confirmed new cases this week, and Yavapai County has now confirmed its first measles case of 2026. Will Humble with the Arizona Public Health Association says the once eliminated disease is likely to continue spreading in the state.
It's going to happen off and on for a long, long time because vaccination rates are just not sufficient anymore to stop and prevent the spread of measles.
96% of Arizona's cases over the past year have been among unvaccinated people. Catherine Davis-Young, Phoenix.
2 candidates in each party will be facing off in Tuesday's primary election for Superintendent of Public Instruction. Republican incumbent Tom Horn is seeking his third term. He's running on a campaign to end what he calls wokeness in schools and refocus on academics. Republican challenger Kimberly Yee is the current state treasurer. Yee promises more oversight of the educational voucher program, which she says Horn has failed to carry out. On the Democratic side, Teresa Leyva Ruiz is the only licensed teacher in the race. She's worked in education for more than 3 decades and is a former president of Glendale Community College. Brett Newby works in behavioral health and has 2 young children. He and Ruiz both say they will tighten the voucher program. Voters must drop their ballots off at a polling location by Tuesday at 7 p.m. Golden Dome, a defense project proposed by President Donald Trump, envisions utilizing space-based interceptors to shoot down long-range ballistic missiles headed for the U.S. Arizona Senator Mark Kelly questioned the project during a recent committee hearing. Greg Haney has more on that.
Critics have said the Golden Dome, as proposed, would be too expensive to operate and ineffective against cheaply made weapons like drones and short-range missiles. Senator Kelly raised similar concerns in an Armed Services Committee hearing as he questioned Trump's nominee for the chief financial policy advisor at the Department of Defense.
We could spend more than $1 trillion and end up with a system that's not going to work and it's not going to meaningfully improve our security.
Nominee Jules Hurst defended the project.
I trust the program manager, General Gutlein, to make these kinds of determinations and change course inside the program if necessary to achieve an outcome at the appropriate cost for the taxpayer.
Hurst still needs full Senate approval. Greg Haney, Phoenix.
And now you're caught up on the stories we've covered today at Arizona Public Media. Thanks for listening. You can subscribe to our podcast wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Steve Jess, and we'll be back tomorrow.